Yeah. So I first got my license. I had been on the ocean for over 20 years. I didn't know anybody. I didn't really know what to do. I was told just to tell all of my friends and family that now I was a real estate agent and deals would just fall out of the sky.
That's how it
It
works,
didn't.
isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what it didn't quite work like that. So I had a friend who also got their license at the same time, and she recommended that I go to a Keller Williams Bold event. And so I did that, even though I wasn't at Keller Williams. And there were a bunch of people using this thing called a dialer. And they were all signed up with Vulcan 7. And I said, "What's that?" And I started looking over her shoulder and watching her do it. And I ran right out and I wrote the check and I got Vulcan 7. And I signed up for it. And I opened that thing up. And I'm not going to lie, for 30 days in a row, I opened up that dialer and I stared at it and I couldn't push start, Ren. I couldn't do it. Even though I knew the scripts and I knew what to say. And I was like, oh man, I can't do it. So I'd sit there for an hour and ultimately the truth is until the pain of not doing it becomes greater than the pain of doing it, you're going nowhere. So ultimately I pressed go on that dialer and I started using the scripts that I had at the time. And I signed up an expired listing. I got an appointment with one, and I don't even remember what I said to that guy, but he trusted me and liked me enough that I was hooked, and that's it. I just started prospecting, and our business has grown ever since.
So would it be fair to say that because you were involved in that Bold group at the time, and there was a little peer pressure, and other people were doing it, that pushed you forward a little bit?
That helped me get over the hump, right? Seeing
Okay.
other people get results. I mean, then I thought, well, you know what? I've been out on the ocean doing this horribly difficult job for 20 years. I can pick up the phone and talk to somebody. What's the worst that's going to happen, right?
So the social proof made you go a little bit further, and it reminds us of the mental side of this game so much. When
Yeah.
you think about it, Dominic, the mental side to this game, you know, sure, if you were serving up French fries at a restaurant or something like that, that's hard work. But in a lot of ways, it doesn't create a knot in your stomach or create heart palpitations like maybe talking to a stranger might do. And in some ways, that can be a bigger roadblock than French fries.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Look, because it's the unknown that gets you, right?
Yeah.
If you've never, you know, you can imagine what it would be like breaking ice with a sledgehammer at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? That's what my life was before. But picking up the phone and facing social rejection, there's an unknown there. You don't like you think you know what that might feel like, and that prevents you from picking up that phone and making that call. But I'll tell you, once you start doing it, you realize that the absolute worst thing that can happen is somebody hangs up the phone, or they might, you know, they might say something unpleasant. But once you start doing this for a while and tracking your numbers, then you know that, hey, every one of these people that I talk to is one step closer to getting what I want, which is the opportunity to help somebody and ultimately a paycheck.
We have a bunch of people watching right now, Dominic, and there are, a lot of them are like, can I do this? Or I've been trying to do this, I'm not getting where, and they're wondering about that piece, because it is the tougher piece. What do I say? How do I say it? What's going to cause me to do it on the days I don't feel like it, which is most of the days? If you were starting over today, what would you do to push through that? Because I don't know that it would be a Keller Williams Bold class. What would it be? How would you
So
get? How would you get? What would you get involved with to pull you through when you didn't feel like doing it? To
if
get to the other side and make $250,000 and have a great
yeah,
life.
yeah. If Dominic Zimmer today could go back to Dominic Zimmer at the end of 2015 and give him some advice, it
Yeah.
would be, hey man, the first thing you got to do is go get yourself a coach.
Okay.
That's the
All right.
first
I'm going to
piece,
write that
right?
down. Go get a coach.
I mean, obviously, I have a great relationship with Brandon, and his coaching program has
Mhm.
really accelerated my progress, given me big chunks of my life back. So I'm a big proponent of that. But a coach whether it's Brandon or somebody else, somebody, you don't know what you don't know. And when you
Yeah.
first get your real estate license, you don't know squat. You think you do,
Right.
but you don't.
Right.
And the quicker you can get a roadmap, if you will,
Mhm.
to show you the direction you need to go, and then the accountability to actually do what you need to do, you're just going to be out there floundering and doing this the hard
Right.
way. And you'd have to be really, really lucky to build a business without some sort of guidance from a coach. Does that help?
I think it helps. It sounds like you can either sign up and get a fishing pole and rod and bait, or you can have somebody pay somebody to show you, take you out, and show you where and how to catch the fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Pay a guide, go straight to the fish.
That's it.
Absolutely. That's a great analogy, Ren.